Hello, everyone, and welcome to the only game show all about sports betting. This is the Moneyline Is Right. Woo! I'm your host, Ali Melendez, and today we are going to be playing to see who knows their stuff, who has a knack for knowing the lines, and of course, who is just a pure natural when it comes to all things sports betting. And introducing our lovely contestants for the day, we have America's sports betting sweetheart and the reigning Moneyline Is Right champion. I gotta give you that title. You well deserve it. It is Mr. Joey Knish. How you doing, champ?
The champ is here. I was good. You know what? Michigan's legalized sports betting today. I've got a couple jabronis to take down here to retain the belt. I see Ronnie P, win on Amazon and had to buy, a belt for himself because he couldn't win the actual belt from Uncle K. It's a Friday, and I look forward to, maybe they'll give me a couple of real challengers here in a few weeks, but, I'm taking down this crew with no problem.
Ooh, I'm digging the confidence. And of course, joining us today from the Philadelphia wilderness is Ronnie P. Ron, are you ready to win today?
Allie, I woke up and I saw this beauty at my doorstep. You know why I saw this beauty?
I doubt you even fell asleep last night.
I saw Knish running the show wild, and the people from Line Sniper sent this to me because they know I am the real champion. And Knish, you're going down. And James, you're like a sports betting mentor to me, and I love you, man. I've learned so much from you. But today, the student will outduel the teacher.
That's a little wax on, wax off action that I'm digging. And of course, rounding the team off for the day, it's Line Snipers PGA Mastermind. It's James Mazzola, ladies and gentlemen. Now, James, I know you're ready to win, like so ready. But are you ready to beat Knish? That's the real question here.
I think I may be the only one to hand Knish a loss on this show. So we're just going to go ahead and reenact that day and take care of business again.
Ooh.
Facts. Oh, lots of confidence oozing from you guys. I'm loving it. And of course, that's great to hear because we have a lot to go over the show. And it's been a bit since we did the show, so let's just do a nice little refresher. I'm going to give you guys a bet or part of a bet or something along those lines, whatever's written in the script. And you have to use those big, beautiful brains to figure out what the line or price is on that bet. The closest wins the round and might get a little something special. So there you go. So we'll mix it up as the game goes on to keep it nice and entertaining. But remember to keep your eyes on the prize here. You want to be the closest overall at the end of the show. You guys ready? I know you got this. You ready though? Yes.
Oh, we're ready.
No. Oh,
hey, James,
I'm feeling it. All right. We're going to start off with a classic round of Moneyline Is Right. I'm going to give you all the information, the team, the bet, all that good stuff. All you have to do is tell me the line for the Miami Heat to win the NBA championship outright. So look, still very early in the NBA season. Of course, the Heat are 6-7 and still a team on the short list for a lot of people. So guys, what do you think this line is currently sitting at on DraftKings? Now, Knish, reigning champ, of course, so you got to start us off here. What are your thoughts?
Did you? You said reigning what? I didn't hear you. Sorry, you cut off for a second. Reigning what?
Reigning champ, sir.
Thank you. Here's the issue. The Heat have gotten off to not a great start of the season. They've had some injuries, some corona going on. You've had the Brooklyn Nets, make the big move to get Harden. This is a line that I think was around like 10 or 12 to 1 to start the season. I would say it's about double that now. I'll go 20 to 1.
All right, 20 to 1. We're going to lock that in for you. Ron, what's your guess?
Yeah, the Heat are garbage, man. I mean, with Jimmy old man buckets, no. I'm going to go plus 4,500. They're not doing this. It ain't happening.
All right, good to know. We're going to lock that in for you. James, last but not least, what's your guess here? What are your numbers?
A little COVID bubble letdown here in the new season, and they exerted a lot of energy. Their rotation is an absolute shambles, mostly due to the fact that the whole team has had COVID for the majority of the season. I think I actually kind of like this number because I do like the roster as a whole. They just need to get some continuity going. I think they're up to about 25 to 1, so plus 2,500 for me.
All right, cool. All those numbers are nice and locked in. I love to see the gears turning there. Now, this round is going to be the easiest because, of course, if you looked at this line literally around noon today, you probably had the answer already. And that line is currently sitting at plus 1,800. Yeah, so 7th overall favorite coming off a couple wins here. I mean, plain and simple, the Heat are not an awful team. I mean, they got Bam and they got the Dragon. They have Ken Nunn, but obviously our winner here is Mr. Knish. You got this one right. I'm not that surprised. So why don't you give us a little breakdown and tell us in your own words if you would take this or not.
I thought it was actually going to be a touch over. I thought James was going to Price is Right me there with 2001, but thankfully, I'm a little surprised this is under 20. No, I wouldn't bet this at all. Don't take any of this. The Heat, they had a great bubble run. They clicked at the right time. Milwaukee's better than the East. Brooklyn, I think, is better than the East. They definitely have more star power, and Philly better this year, deeper this year. So for me, was a great Heat bubble run. I know we talked about Heat futures on the show during last season, but it's not going to happen this year. Don't bet that. The Heat aren't going anywhere. I wouldn't be surprised to see them out in round 2 this year in the playoffs.
All right, thank you for your thoughts. And one more thing since you snagged that round, and it's time for a mini game. So let's play Moneyline Mountain. We don't really have a theme song for it yet. Working on that.
I was going to say I was waiting for the music to cue
Working
up.
on
if you want to
that.
sing it, go for it.
All right, that's right. We're going to start by taking a little trip up the Moneyline Mountain, and all you got to do is stay on the mountain, and then you win $50, which is nice and easy money there. So, Knish, here is how this game works. I'm going to give you some games, and you just have to tell me what the point spread is at for that game. And for every 1 point you are away, you're going to move up that space up the mountain. All right, so all you have to do is be on the mountain after 2 questions. That's it. And just to make it a little more fair, we're going to round up 0.5. So for example, 1.5 would just be a 2. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All right, let's do it. We're going to start off with a little bit of NBA action and everyone's favorite well-managed team, the New York Knicks. Now, the Knicks are up against the Sacramento Kings tonight. Now, look, the Kings, let's call it what it is. They kind of suck. So we all know this. And the Knicks are even not that great this season either. But what are you thinking for the spread here? What are your honest thoughts?
Knicks are on a back-to-back. I believe they played yesterday versus the Warriors. Then had to, the travel out to Saturday, so there'll be a little bit of a discount there. I didn't, you know what? The Knicks might be even resting some guys too. I'm going to say Sacramento's favored in this game, but not that much because they're junk. I'll go Sacramento -3.
3. All right. Well, the guys here, 3. We're going to lock that in for you. And of course, you guessed 3. And the actual point spread is sitting at plus and -4. Yeah, so it's 4, which means that you are going to move 1 spot up the mountain here, which is great. It's the best amount of space to move up the mountain in order to stay on it. Yeah, definitely. So let's grab the second game here, and we're going to stick with the NBA mostly because I'm pretty sure you know all of the NFL lines, so we want to keep it nice and fair.
I was going to say,
all 2 of them at least,
NFL.
right?
That's
Yeah. All right, but let's look at Oklahoma City Thunder against the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, the Thunder has had a pretty rough season so far, but they're not dead in the water yet. But, they're against the Clippers, who are fighting for the top spot in the West right now. So what do you think? What's that point spread looking like?
Clippers are off a little bit of a rest too, but Oklahoma City's been. We talked about them on the show this week of being overvalued. We even bet against them on Tuesday's show. I'm thinking this is up there. I will say I'm going to go double digits. I'll say Oklahoma City is +10.
+10. All right, well, let's see how close you were with your guess because they are going to start moving you up that mountain pretty soon.
Hold
and
on.
As I tell you, that number, no, hold on. We locked in 10 for you, all right? We're looking at
I'm moving up here.
Point spread, a 13-point spread, which means you are moving up just 3 notches up that mountain. So there you go. That is amazing. Knish, you just won yourself $50, my man. How you feeling right now?
You know what? 50. If I needed any more bets this weekend with Michigan, being able to actually bet on DraftKings now, another 50 can't hurt. So throw it all on the pot tonight.
Another win. That's awesome. Well, nicely done on the mountain side of things, of course. Let's rejoin our other 2 competitors for the next round of the Moneyline Is Right. All right, Knish,
I'm surprised Ron's still with us.
James, get your head in the game, gentlemen. We are going to move on to round 2 of Moneyline Is Right, and we're going to try something a little bit different here. So, try to at least least make it a little harder for some of you. I'm going to give you the bet and some stats about the player we care about, and it's up to you to try to figure out who it is, but more importantly, what the line is as well. All right, let's jump into it. We're looking for this player to win the Super Bowl MVP. Yes, now here are some of their stats, which, by the way, when we practice this, I got it right, but whatever. We'll see if you guys are as smart as I am. And of course, the passing yards there, 48 touchdowns for the season, which I believe is highest in the league. Solid 70% completion rate, so only 5 interceptions. But that's all I got for you guys. If you know your stats, you know your QBs, then you might know who this is. But either way, you gotta tell me the odds for them to win Super Bowl MVP. So Knish started us off last round, which means, Ron, you're in the lead here. What do you think?
Obviously, it's going to be, I'm going to say this is, oh, wow, this is tough. All right, okay. So the odds on this to win Super Bowl MVP, so obviously it's Patrick Mahomes, obviously. To win Super Bowl MVP, I'm going to go say, God, give me 10-1. 10-1. No, 5-1.
All right, we got Pat Mahomes, 5-1. All right, James, you're up next, man. You're up next. What do you think? Oh, he's locked in.
No, 5-1.
Uncle K, he's locked in. All right, let's go, James.
This is Aaron Rodgers, though. This is not Pat Mahomes. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that he had the most touchdowns in the league at 48 this year. But it's Aaron Rodgers, and I'm trying to think. The Packers right now are probably. I'm going to say it's going to be, Aaron Rodgers at 4-1 to win the MVP.
All right. Done. You donezo. You locked in. Knish, finish it out strong here. What do you think?
I agree with James. I think this is Aaron Rodgers because of the touchdown lead and the completion percentage. I don't think anybody else was up on 70. I was going to give it 4-1 was going to be my guess too. So I'm either going 399 or 401. I'm going to go.
Guys, he had 5 interceptions against Tampa Bay. Come on, man. It's definitely not him, man. Come on.
I'm going to go.
Rodgers. No way.
Plus 399. It's Rodgers plus 399.
No, he like
You're
against Tampa Bay.
All right. Listen, let's see what you guys actually know and not just what you're talking about, because the man of the hour here is none other than, and I guessed it right along with you, Mr. Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, come on, Ronnie, let's go. And the odds of him being MVP are plus 325, you guys. So just a bit higher than the odds of the Packers winning the Super Bowl. But hey, all of these are quarterback MVP lines are definitely hovering right around where their team is. But the winner of this round, oh my God, none other than Mr. Knish. We got to get him off the show. We got to get him off the show. He's too good. All right, just like in round 1, we have a little reward for you. So we are going to play another little mini game here. And this time we got to ask, whose line is it anyway? Oh, my jewelry's falling off because I get it cheap. I get it nice and cheap. You know why? Because I haven't been able to win the Moneyline Is Right lately. Knish is stealing it from me. All right, my jewelry literally popped off, but the show must go on. So this game is really simple. I'm going to read off the bet and 2 players. You got to tell me which of those 2 players that bet coincides with. So 3 bets, but you get 2 of them right, then that's it. You get $50. All right? Easy. Sounds good? Awesome. Let's get started, and let's start in the NFL with a quarterback prop. We're looking for a quarterback to throw for over or under 305.5 yards this Sunday. That's not a bad number at all, 305. But who does DraftKings have with the golden arm? Is it Tampa's Tom Brady or Buffalo's Josh Allen? What do you think?
Josh Allen. And you asked me the NFL ones, and so these might have been in Uncle Knish's wheelhouse here. So I'll be buying you some new jewelry after this one. But this is Josh Allen. I would bet the 50 I've already won on it as well.
Oh, I'm going to hold you to the jewelry thing. We're recording this? Yes? Okay, perfect. All right, well, let's see. We're going to lock that in for you because the quarterback with the 305 props is Mr. Josh Allen. Yeah. Brady with a solid 289-yard prop last I checked, and Aaron Rodgers, our man from before who got you, this little win here that I'm predicting you're gonna get actually has the lowest one of the week with 279. But all right, first question down. You gotta get 2 right total in order to win another $50. So let's see the second line here. We want our player to score over under 26.5 points. And your options are the Sixers, Joel Embiid, and the Rockets, Victor Oladipo. So I say the Rockets, Oladipo, I mean, he could be out the door soon with rumors of him possibly being traded shortly. So now, did that make the sportsbooks jack up his points to score because they think he's going to try to show off? Or is this just like an elaborate way of tricking you? So you obviously have to pick because I need an answer. I need your thoughts, like, now.
Yep. This is a guy. You know, I bet some Embiid point. I think we're mostly around 24.5. I haven't actually seen Oladipo over under since he got traded to the Rockets. So just by thinking this would be a touch high for it, but he scored. God, this is really good. Whoever played, well, give the boys credit on this one. This is I'm gonna say Oladipo. I'll say Oladipo on this one. I'm a little stumped here, so it could be coin flip, but this is kind of just a guess.
We lock it in. Oladipo, let's see if you know your prop market, because this line does in fact belong to the process himself, Joel Embiid. Honey, Oladipo down at 22 points over under, but more importantly, the right answer was Embiid, and you got it wrong. That's not great. So that means we're moving on, though, to the next question. You do have a
22?
solid chance
Really?
to redeem yourself. For reals. So let's get into it with that last question. Breathe. You got this, all right? So last question in the minigame is all for the marbles now, but hey, at worst, you still got that 50 from before, so all good. We're looking at the Defensive Player of the Year market for the NBA. The options are Anthony Davis and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, try and saying that 6 times in a row. 2 great defensive players, and of course, the line on this is plus 600. So obviously, both of these tall boys, wish I had one right now, have a pretty good shot, but who's getting you 6-1 odds? So break down this one for me. What are you thinking?
I am fairly confident Giannis is the chalk here. I think he's more in the 2 or 3-1 range. And Anthony Davis is going to be, God, I hope I'm getting that right there with the Lakers off. God, these basketball ones are killing me. I'm reasonably sure Giannis is chalk. Davis is going to be a little higher than him. So I'll say the plus 600 is Anthony Davis.
All right. Well, out of these guys, one of them is plus 200, the other one is plus 600, and the long odds go to the man with the long name, Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, yeah, my dude, you did not win. But listen, take this loss as a moment to realize that you need to learn a little bit more in the NBA.
All right. At me.
No, don't worry. That was awesome, and you still got that $50 from before. So let's keep going. Obviously, it's time to rejoin the other 2 boys. We missed you guys. It is time for the final round. Now, only 2 of you get to go to the final round, so let's see who is the furthest off total, and that is Mr. Ronnie P. I'm so sorry, man.
Oh, Ronnie.
Sending you all the Philly love there.
On
the
my
Philly love
birthday,
that
too,
you
guys.
need.
On my birthday.
Oh, it's the
Thank
gift that keeps on giving.
Thank you.
Sacrificing
Happy
yourself.
37th,
All right, but that means our contestants for the final round. I'm going to let you celebrate your birthday. Go have a nice little drink while you watch this final round. There you go. You're welcome.
I will.
It's Mr. Knish and, of course,
James.
And here's how the final round works. We're going to do 3 different bets here. So I'll give you them one at a time. You'll get a second to think. And then once you've got a number for all 3, we're going to jump in and see who's the closest total to these 3 lines. That person is our winner. Yeah, we got a big grand prize for you guys as well. So how do you feel about that? Feel good?
Let's go. Ready to roll?
All right, Ron, go grab your beer. Ron, go grab your beer. All
I
right, well, let's get started with these lines because I'm excited about it. Woo! And first up, we are starting with a classic in Moneyline Is Right. Of course, that's tonight's Cleveland Cavaliers game against my Brooklyn Nets. So I want to know the money line for the Cavs to beat the Nets. Cavs to win. All right, so that's number 1. Number 2, second line is going to be sticking with the Nets, and I want to know, I'm a little biased here, and I want to know what the odds are for my Nets to be the Eastern Conference champs. So what is the line on Brooklyn Nets to win the Eastern Conference? That's number 2. And lastly, the third one is still basketball, but we're moving down to college. Villanova, one of the front runners to win the NCAA basketball championship. So what are the odds for them to do so and win the national title? So Villanova to win the NCAA basketball championship is number 3. So go ahead, take a second. I'll even give you 2 because I'm nice. Lock them in, figure out whatever you got to figure out. And of course, while they're thinking, which I want them to do so nice and properly, I want to remind all of you at home to, of course, do all the things. Like, subscribe, watch, share, all that lovely stuff. But hey, if you like the show and you want to see more, let us know in the comments and we'll make it happen just for you. We might even pick some of you to be on the show in the future, which would be a lot of fun. But all right, I've stalled enough for these guys to hopefully lock in their numbers. So it is time for Knish to go first on line 1. So Cavs to beat Nets. What did you set this line at?
I bet this game earlier, so this is a little bit unfair. I know it's moved a touch here, but we're going money line, right? Like, what's the money line for the Cavs to beat the Nets tonight? Yeah. Durant's out, so it's come down a little bit. I think the line's like 4.5, 5, which means the money line's like plus 200-ish. So I'll go plus 200.
All right, plus 200. Cool. James, what's your guess here?
Yeah, unfortunately, I also bet this game already tonight, and Knish is right on. So I have to decide whether or not I'm going to go over or under. It's a tough one. It's 4.5, 5. You're looking at, I think I'm going to go with plus 195.
Ooh, solid. All right, we're going to lock those in for you guys. And of course, moving on to line number 2, we wanted Nets to win the Eastern Conference. And whether you want that or not, I don't care. I do. So, James, keep it going with the momentum here. Where's your line at?
Yeah, so I was actually looking at this market earlier, and I know that they're roughly around 3 to 4 to 1 to win the NBA championship outright. So Eastern Conference, they have Milwaukee more or less and a little Philly love in there as well. But they're going to be pretty short here. I'm going to go with plus 200 to win the East.
All right, cool. Knish, what about you?
I think it's a little shorter than that. And it shouldn't be because the Nets, frauds. To be honest with you, not only the NBA team, the G League affiliate as well, but the Brooklyn Nets, I'm going with. I think it's honestly like I've seen some prices that have been like plus 110, plus 120, plus 130. I think it's in that range. I'll say plus 135 to win the East, which is ridiculous.
All right, now while the guys here in the studio are frantically doing math, without calculators, poor babies. Knish, I want you to go ahead and keep up with that momentum. It is the very last bet. So that's for Villanova to go all the way and win the NCAA championship. Where's your number at?
I have absolutely no idea in this one. I haven't looked at college basketball futures recently.
I love the honesty. I love it.
I just assume that, unless Gonzaga got COVID, I wasn't really interested in too much of a portfolio. I think Villanova's good. I will say 15 to 1.
All right, cool. James, what do you have to say about that?
I don't have much more to say. I have a little portfolio of non-Gonzaga bets just in case something weird happens. Nova, Blue Blood, usually pretty good. I made it plus 13. 13 to 1 for me is what I was thinking. So Knish and I are on the same page there. Hopefully that's a little shorter than what he thinks.
All right. Ooh, we got it locked in. All 3 for both of these beautiful boys and their beautiful brains. Now, I'm waiting for the thumbs up for the boys here in the studio. But of course,
must be close.
We're getting it. We're getting it soon. We're locking in those numbers. We're doing math. It's like the scene where all these numbers are going around our brains. We're just so smart. All right. We got a thumbs up. Nice. I love it. I love stalling, but I love being on time too. All right. For tonight's NBA game, the Nets are the favorite and the Cavs are at plus 245 to win. Yeah, we're looking for 245. So that means the winner for that one was, I believe, Knish. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
All right, we're going to keep going. And then in line 2, the Nets to win the Eastern Conference, which... They will.
I nailed that one.
Whatever. And that's at plus 140, which Ali Melendez guarantees. Put the stamp of approval on that one. Lastly, we've got Villanova to win the NCAA championship. They're not the favorite, but they're damn close. They're sitting at plus 700.
Better than we thought they were.
Plus 700. Yeah, definitely. We've got to bring our eyes back to them. Now, while I wait for the team to give me the winner, let's have some fun here. Joey Knish. All these bets we talked about today, do you have a favorite? I'm sure you do. What's your take here?
Well, it's not number 2. I'll tell you that right now. Joey Knish could get out there and score 20 against this Nets team with the defense they're playing. And Villanova 700 is gross. I can't believe it's that short. I would not. So I got to go.
Insane.
No Durant tonight. I'll go Cavs to beat the Nets plus 245.
All right, cool. James, what about you? What do you think?
And I believe you said all the bets we discussed tonight. So I'm going to go back to that Oladipo over 22.5 points. That just seems extremely low for a guy who's getting insane usage on that team without anybody else on there. Christian Wood's obviously very solid, but that to me, if we're going to go all the bets we've seen, that's my favorite one by far. So
Should be 26.5.
Yeah, I mean, Knish, if you wanted to talk about the bets we discussed earlier, you can absolutely talk about one of those if you agree with James in any way. But otherwise,
these are all bad, by the way. I wouldn't.
Oh yeah, no, but yeah, I'm gonna agree with James there. Yeah, as far as these three, it would be number 1 if I had to pick. But no, I agree with him, especially number 2. I like if we're going like full show and what we were talking about as far as the passing yardage, I would go Josh Allen over that 305. I think the weather looks okay. They literally did not run the ball in the first half last week. They were passing. It should be a high-scoring game up and down the field. Without Zach Moss, they were like, screw it, we're not going to pass, which I love. So that was made for. So I could see him getting like legitimately 50 attempts in this game. So over 305.5 would be a play for me on Allen passing yardage.
We got you. All right, cool. Thank you so much. And if we were able to, I don't know if we're able to bring the birthday boy back in. I don't know if he's, drunk now. Take my advice to have a beer or 6. Hey, there he is.
Number 2.
All right, but I wanted to give you a
For one of
chance.
us?
Ronnie, I wanted to give you a chance to also tell us what you think the money-making bet here is out of all the bets we talked about today so far.
I hate to say this, but man, Knish is right with Josh Allen. I mean, like the first half, they just threw the ball the whole entire time. The Buffalo Bills do not run the ball. It's going to be a high-scoring game. I advise you people jump on over 54 if you can. Josh Allen over. That's going to hit. Ronnie P guarantees it.
All right.
Honestly,
put the Ronnie P stamp of approval there. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all the amazing insight. I had to make sure that I got that good betting advice out of you before we close the show, because Mama's got to make some money to afford nicer jewelry that stays on my wrist. But all right, enough waiting. It is time to reveal the grand prize winner, taking a cool $500 to the bank after this. That is none other than Mr. James Mazzola.
Yeah, James!
By 100 points. He just won by 100 points.
Wow.
So I don't know if that
Who's
makes
doing
you
the
feel
math
any
in
better,
there?
Knish. I don't know if it makes you feel any better.
I want a recount.
I do not want to recount.
Give
That's
me a
for sure.
recheck here.
Hey!
Can I say, this
Don't
is the
be
best
a
birthday
sore
present I have,
loser.
having Knish lose. Thank you. Thank you.
Just for you,
I
Ron.
mean-
Ron, just for you. Well, congratulations, of course, to our winner. And thank you to all 3 of our amazing gentlemen. Ron, I hope you have a very happy birthday. Listen, Knish, at least now you can do more betting in your own state. You don't have to go through us anymore. Relax. And it'll be great. So don't worry. Put your money where your mouth is next time. Study up on your NBA. You got this, James. Congratulations. And you guys are all the best. So thank you so much for joining me today for our second episode of The Money Line Is Right. And thank you at home for watching. If you enjoyed this, remember, let us know down in the comments or let us know on our socials. That is Line Sniper HQ on all social media platforms. The Line Sniper team and I will be back at it with another episode of In the Crosshairs on Tuesday and hopefully another episode of this very show next week as well. Until then, we thank you so much for spending your Friday with us. Have a great weekend. From everybody in the studio, I'm Ali Melendez and I will see you guys next week. Take care.